trip has gone well so far. All the planes have been on time. Had a little delay getting out of Raleigh, but nothing major. Excited, a little bit tired. I suppose the hardest part of the day was saying goodbye to Trish and the family. But I know that I'll see them soon. Looking forward to seeing the other people on the trip, Bubba and Rich and the others. Haven't met them before, but that'll be fun to meet some new people. It's going to be a long night. Probably do a couple more little video journals and have some video in between. So that's all. Yep, here we are on the Tran, the Air Tran, going off to Terminal C.
Yep, Terminal C.
Where are we headed today, Graham?
Graham?
Israel.
Tomorrow we're going to Israel.
Yes.
Tomorrow we'll be in Israel. Yep. Virgin Airlines. I think I'm flying that one.
What's that? Furniture Airlines? Well, we're getting ready to board. Probably another, 10-15 minutes or so. Well, hello there, little fella. I got a little visitor. Hey, buddy. How are you? I'll zoom down in on you. Trying to get over my foot. My foot's a little big. Oh, that looks fun.
Yeah, but it said Judy.
It's soft. There it goes. You done lost it, Sam.
Thank you. Yeah, you take it back. Yeah.
It's pretty hard to see anything in here. Here we are in the plane, Bubba and Graham. Everybody's kind of sacking out. See, it's about 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we got about another 3 hours to go. Yeah. From her. You want me to get you a cup? Back here. I have a buddy that needs some regular with some sweet and low.
With sweetener?
Yeah, sweet and low. Or whatever, sure. Whatever brand it is.
Do you want milk in it?
Back here. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Excuse me. Here you go.
Thanks, man.
There's that.
You're awesome.
Yeah. We aim to please here in the friendly skies. Go for a little walk. Get an idea of the size of the plane. Over there's Frank. He got stuck next to some people he doesn't know, and there's another guy of our team. Rich and Sam, they're sacked out. Well, they just turned on the lights. Back up here. Light now. morning. It is, I just looked at my watch, it's 7 a.m. Is it 7 a.m.? Stink, 7 a.m.
Yep. It's about
Up 7:20 Eastern Standard Time, which makes it 2:20 Israel time. And I guess we're about 2 hours out or so. The flight has gone really well. We got some pretty good seats where there's not a lot of traffic. Slept for probably a good 3 or 4 hours. My seat partners, Bubba and Graham, slept most of the way. They're going to be paying for that a little later probably. But I'll hook them up with some sleep aids. So, having a good trip. Most of the group is scattered around the plane. For the most part, they didn't seat us together, but that's alright, I guess. Bad part is Frank's all by himself over there. So, anyway, we'll check in later. So here we are. Arm passport. Pretty much the last ones in line since we got off last.
It's called it. I think that's the name of it.
Well, here we are in the hotel, the Grand Beach Hotel. And here's our room 507. Came up and none of the keys worked, so we're going down to get our keys. Some of us stayed up waiting for the elevators hold about 4 people, or tiny, and even then you're scrunched in. Well, here's our first room. Kind of small, which is okay, and I don't like how they have the bed set up, I'll tell you that right now. Gonna have to rearrange those, Frank. So, very modest room. Very small. And check the bathroom here. Oh, hey Frank. Oh, where are you? Light switch. Must be on the end. There we go. Oh, oh. There it is. Smaller bathroom. Clean. Here's a view out of our window. Over here to the left you can see the Mediterranean Sea. So we're not too far from that. I'm sure we'll walk down there tonight. Not much to look at, really. But cars.
That was just part of what's this section. You normally stay in this one. Not this one. This is the first time I've ever been here. No, I
This is
normally
another
stay
group ahead of us.
at a different hotel.
Yeah, folks. This is the hotel that we stayed in. You can see up there. We're on our way out now, heading off to Gezer.
A number of things took place. Down behind us, if you right here to your left, is where the Mediterranean is. Most of you went to the coast. I guess you went to the beach last night. And if you walk down the beach, what would you say, Ben? A mile or two?
A little further, maybe.
Maybe a little further. A couple of miles or 3 miles or so down the beach is Joppa.
Here we are in Gezer. Took some photographs last time I was here, but these are the Matzabar, the standing stones. I'm sure Frank will say something about them here in a minute. Along with Hatzor and Megiddo, Gezer used to be one of the most important strongholds or fortresses in the ancient world because of the land bridge that Israel is and how people would have to pass through here. And we're not quite on the top of this tell, although this is probably the top back then. But being up here, you can see clear around now. Again, you can see we're not on top where Frank is up there. But this is where the ancient world would have passed.
Bridges, their watchers could spot anything from miles and miles and miles. Armies, anything marching through here. So this became a fortress city. But they're mentioned throughout the Bible, and they're mentioned in ancient times as well. Here at Gezer, the archaeologists found, I believe, up to 10 to 15 of these. Some of them were pushed over. In fact, as we walked down this path, you walked past one that had fallen over. These were at least here during the days of the Canaanites. So when Solomon came here and was given this city, probably a beautiful city at the time, then these were already here. So they've been here since the days of Solomon and before.
Vi study historical form.
See, the terracing system is biblical.
Yeah. That building, that's where Samuel is buried. Samuel came from that area, right there. So, when you speak of them coming from one town and coming to Jerusalem,
Is that residential area? I bet it is. All those.
It smells like honeysuckle.
oh, I had 6 of these maps. 4.
I'm thinking that's top of the Absalom's tomb.
Let me see here.
I think it
Yep.
is. Yeah, it is, yeah.
There's 2 down there.
Yeah, there are.
This is a Jewish cemetery.
Look at that dog.
Just to give you some perspective of where we're at. We're on the Mount of Olives, and so we have these tombs now. They're about 5 feet long. I was talking to George, our guide. He said that the rocks on top are like a like what we would do with flowers. It's somebody comes and visits. It's symbolic of when they were in the desert, in the wilderness. And you'll notice the boxes are about 5 feet long. Now they're buried 6 feet under. These are like tombstones. But George says that when they working on when a person dies, that they basically take out all the innards, they blow them out, they get them out, and then the body compresses down to less than 5 feet, and then they wrap them tight. So that's why you can see them in here quite tight. So it's very interesting. Lots of them. These here behind me look very new, but now these down here look quite old. George was saying that the families are allowed to reuse the box after 20 years if it's part of the family, or reuse the plot, because they do not put them in coffins here. There's kind of a concrete pit that they put them in, and then the body would decompose enough that after 20 years they could reuse it.
Christ comes back, he comes to the Mount of Olives through the eastern gate to the temple. Now, there are going to be some amazing things that are going to happen here when Christ comes back, according to Zechariah chapter 14. First of all, this mountain is going to split in 2, from east to west. There will be a great valley here. Then, this hill here,
Okay, these are some ossuaries that have been excavated in an ossuary think Trish, I've explained this before for you, is a bone box. And after a body would decompose, they would then put the bones in these boxes. And the boxes would be about as long as the femur bone, the longest bone in your thigh. And they could tell by that the Jews were usually, the average height was about 4'8", which is not very. What we're looking at here, Trick, is kind of a crown of thorns tree. You come up here close and show you. I'm gonna come right. You're fine. You're fine. I'm gonna come over here on the side. Give you an idea how big these things are. Can you get a second one for me there, Rich? You can see how big they are. Look at how, man. Incredible. Here we go.
And on both sides, tear bottles. We call them tear bottles, which is raw material. When you lose somebody very, very dear to you, you start weeping and they use from there with tears. And so that's why. So most of the churches is designed to have, like the one we see here, we see this one, we see the one in Gethsemane. But the most beautiful one is on.
I wanted to show you this. This is a mosaic dating to the 4th century. You can see the detail. It's just beautiful. Let's zoom in here on these grapes. And you can see the small little pieces of tile. And just the ribbon goes around this. Just really beautiful. Yeah.
You work hard enough.
Now this is the Russian Orthodox.
Dedicated to Mary Magdalene.
Huh?
Dedicated to Mary Magdalene.
Okay. And then Bubba was just telling me that our guide said that the larger dome represents Christ. There's 4 that surround it that represent the 4 evangelists, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. But we see a 5th one. We got to find out what that 5th one down lower. And there's another 6th one. Find out what those are. It's just a beautiful building, though. I mean, that gold just sparkles. It's
Gold plated.
And that one's gold plated too, the Dome of the Rock, but it doesn't sparkle the same way.
No, it doesn't. Because it's been here longer, hasn't it, or not?
Here we are in the Garden of Gethsemane. The olive trees. I zoom back to this one here. Some of these are very ancient. I think he said they date back to about year 500 and probably are the offshoots, since the roots never die, of the ones that were here when Christ was here. We're here at the Church of Nations. And just to give you context of where we are, there is the wall, at the western walls right there. Here's another tree. This one is ancient. I'm just trying to shoot some of the garden here. Here on the outside, I have a whole bunch of Muslims walking by. Here we are at Jaffa Gate. No market going on today. Some boys playing soccer. That's Jaffa Gate there. Frank is saying that this is the original gate down here during the time of Herod, and then this dates back to the 1500s. Here we are at breakfast. This is the dining room. Kind of empty this morning. But this is it. It's pretty big. I'll try to shoot some pictures of the lobby here. And that's the staircase that leads up to the lobby if you want to do that. Big old glass windows out into the courtyard. Beautiful area. And here's the food. We got some different yogurts, watermelon, some different fruits. Cheeses. Of course, olives, because this is all breakfast. All of this is breakfast, girls.
This stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That's Trex right there. That. And then over here we have some hot things. Got some potatoes, some tomatoes, hard-boiled eggs. I don't know what that is. Is that gravy?
What is that? I don't know what that is.
Looks like a bread pudding or something, almost.
It's hard to tell.
I'll zoom in and Trisha can identify it. And of course, eggs. And over here they have juices, orange, grapefruit. Show you how kind of big the spread is. That. There's our tables back there in the corner. We're kind of assigned to those. Gives you a little bit better view. That's all our hotel there.
Kidron Valley.
Trick, we're here overlooking the Kidron Valley. And as you recall yesterday on some of the video, we have pictures of tombs. Well, we're standing on the other side looking at those. The wall to the old city is behind me. This is the Mount of Olives. And you can see all of this. Let me scan back over to give you some bearing here. Over there you can see the Russian Orthodox Church with gold domes. That's where we were on. So, I walked down the road a little bit. Let's get some context here. Here is the Russian Orthodox Church. Come down, clear down here into the valley. This is the wall. City.
Sides, and you're not going to be able to reach the bottom.
How far down is that? Is that 50 feet or so? 60
I don't know.
Here we are, Trish, in a shaft.
More than 50?
And I had to explain what this was.
What do they think the other one was?
As far as from David's City, out underneath.
You see pick marks.
It's a shaft that they would come down to get water.
Over there, you see pick marks. So
Jebusites built this to get water, and then David and his army sieged them through this tunnel.
And where they met, they came from one end and the other end and met.
No, so this wasn't, it said.
This does feel like you're going on a roller coaster ride at some theme park, doesn't it?
It does.
Graham, get a good shot of that.
This is coming out the other side. Okay, if you look at this picture, Trish, you see this structure over there. That is the Gihon Spring, and what happened is the Jebusites, when they had this, they had a wall about here, and they knew that people could siege them. So what they did is they dug a tunnel underneath down into the Gihon Spring. That's what we just walked down, is down there. Well, then David, that's how he sieged them. They went in there and up that tunnel and then up that tall shaft, and then went in and killed them at night, and that's how they did it. And then this is all what David built, this structure and these. So, and that's how they got water into the city. It shows came down.
It gets on up to here. But people have drowned in there because it gushes. Yeah. Most of the time you're walking bent over. It made it that high. Then on occasions it gets high.
No, they let you walk it.
Not supposed to. You can sometimes.
Trish, here we go. It's kind of hard to see inside that gray concrete. Down below is that Gihon Spring. And as you go up the hill, and it's hard to get a view of the scale, clear up to the top there would have been where the city of David was, and David's citadel. And so there would have been a wall up there by about that tree, and then the tunnel comes down there, and there's a shaft that drops down clear into that spring. And that's how they would have scaled it. But you can see, if you're here looking up at how impenetrable this would have been for people to try to climb that and get the city and then break through the wall. So that's why they went in through, when he conquered the city, through this tunnel, this Hezekiah's tunnel, and up. This is looking up the Kidron Valley, and there you can see a pointed structure right about there. That's that tomb, Zechariah's tomb. I shot from the top, and then you can see once again the gold structure. So we're down in the bottom of the Kidron Valley, and I think this is a school. This is fun. There's some girls. Just a minute ago they were screaming because they'd seen a spider or something, and you can see them playing over there, the boys playing. And then this is looking on down the Kidron, clear on down. So up here off to my right is the hill that would go up to the city of David, that would protect it. And so they wear uniforms here, and walking down, part of our tour group. Boys performing. And Jewish boys. Here we are. Here we are at the Western Wall. It's pretty busy today because they're doing bar mitzvahs. You can see all the people. It's a very, very hot day today. Lots of heat. Sun is hot, no breeze.
Usually a lot of celebrating, a lot of songs, reading of the Torah. Here they are going back, carrying the scroll.
These are bar mitzvahs, Trish, and you can see over there on the other side the women's wall. Ladies leaning over. They're throwing candy over there. See them throwing candy?
Can we go back to those cans?
Yeah, actually we have. I have.
We can.
Yeah. I know.
I'm just thinking, oh my word.
Here we are underneath. We are underneath.
אומרים את קריאת יערים פה. עם ישראל, עם ישראל, עם ישראל. תודה, תודה.
Which, taught me to open my eyes and my ears to know that there is one more dimension in life, and not only what we can touch and smell and eat and count. I was one of the commanders in the Entebbe raid, which you probably heard quite a lot about, and movies have been done. But there is an untold piece of story which I wanted to share with you.
All around here are priestly schools. Roads meet, you see them? It could well be the branch broke, fell to the bottom, and his bowels burst asunder. That's why the Bible speaks of him hanging himself and his bowels bursting asunder. That is called the field of blood, Calvary, down there in the bottom. That is a Calvary. That's what that gives you an idea of
down in here
overview
is
of
where
what you're
Judas would
looking
have
at.
hanged himself. Additional site.
We'll go inside.
We're getting ready to go inside of Caiaphas' house now.
Came down these stairs. We're in the church here, and St. Peter's Gallicantu. And this is kind of, obviously they've got it really nice in here right now. This goes to the caves and to the pit, possibly, that Jesus was let down into. This is probably one of the nicest, well-done sites that you go to, where they've been able to maintain a sense of the feel of it once you go down. Yet everything is very clean.
Mais on a quand même mis des croix pour rappeler qu'il s'était passé quelque chose. Et ici, on a encore des croix de couleurs différentes, bleu, noir, rouge, etc. Vous voyez? Bon. Et ce que maintenant je vous fais découvrir, si mon merci beaucoup. Et bien voilà, ici, vous avez ceux dont on n'a plus souvenir et qui sont exclus et loin de ta main. Tu m'as mis au plus profond de la fosse, en des lieux engloutis, ténébreux. Le poids de ta colère m'écrase. Tu déverses tes flots contre moi. Tu éloignes de moi, mes amis, fidélité au royaume de la mort. Connaît-on dans les ténèbres tes miracles et ta justice au pays de l'oubli? Moi, je crie vers toi, Seigneur. Dès le matin, ma prière te cherche. Pourquoi me rejeter, Seigneur? Pourquoi me cacher ta face?
This is looking down into the pit. This is where guards would be, possibly. They'd be in here. there's a window that leads down into the pit. Right there. They've excavated all of this. This is a step I think they put there.
Alors évidemment, il lui en voulait, alors il jette des pierres, il crache.
Imagine this room, pitch dark, filth and human waste all over the floor. Guards standing there, perhaps a little bit of light from a flame, a torch that would show through. And someone down here, the Lord's working. There's a song that was written by a man after God's own heart. And it could well be that these are the very words that Christ prayed the night that he was here. It's the 88th Psalm, and I want to read it. Imagine the Lord here, and he's praying. O Yah, the God of my salvation, I have cried out by day and in the night before thee. Let my prayer come before thee. Incline thine ear to my cry, for my soul is full of troubles, and my lips and my life has drawn near to Sheol, the place of the dead. I am reckoned among those who go down into the pit. I've become like a man without strength, forsaken among the dead. Like the slain who lie in a grave, whom thou dost not remember anymore, and they're cut off from thy hand. Thou, O God, hast put me in the lowest pit, in dark places, in the depths. Thy wrath rests upon me, and thou hast afflicted me with all thy waves. Thou hast removed me from my acquaintance. Thou hast made me an object of loathing to them. I'm shut up, and I cannot go out. Mine eye is wasted from my affliction. I've spread out my hands to thee. That was in the Garden of Gethsemane. Wilt thou perform wonders for the dead? Will the departed spirits praise and rise and praise thee? Will thy loving kindness be declared in the grave, and thy faithfulness in Abaddon? Will the wonders, thy wonders, be made known in the darkness? Lord, I have cried out to thee for help, and in the morning, my prayer will be answered. Then the Lord turns his back on his own son. Because He begins even now to bear our sin. O Lord, dost thou reject my soul? Why dost thou hide thy face from me? I was afflicted and about to die from my youth. I suffer thy terrors. I'm overcome. Thy burning anger has passed over me. The burning anger for our sin. Thy terrors wash over me. They've surrounded me like water all the day long. They've encompassed me. Thou hast removed lover and friend far from me. My acquaintances are in darkness. And the disciples are scattered during the night as He bears our sin. It was my sin put Him here. It was your sin. He came here to suffer and bleed and to die for us. And then early the next morning they raised Him up to take Him to Pilate to be crucified. There are crosses all along here by Byzantines and others, some that were burned into the walls. There remains still left. It is said that like Pastor Amon, if he would, to lead us in our prayer.
Father, we are overwhelmed today as we stand in the pit, realizing from what you've drawn us, and having just heard perhaps the very prayer that our Savior uttered that night as He agonized, as He began that long suffering separation from you for us. Lord, we are overwhelmed today by gratitude that you loved us, that you sent your Son to be our Savior. For we deserve this pit. We recognize today it was our sin that put Him here. And we thank you that, Father, you received His sacrifice. And you made us children of yours through faith in Christ, through His finished work on the cross. And today, Father, with this new awareness and understanding of what He bore for us, it helps us to see the awfulness of our sin, the greatness of the love of God toward us. Thank you. Thank you, O Father, for loving us and sending your Son to die in our place. We thank you that we can be called today by your name. We ask you to so impact our heart that we will never be the same after this day. Realizing all that the Lord Jesus did for us. Thank you for letting us be here today. We needed to see this. And we just lift our voices from the pit in gratitude and thanksgiving. Lord, we go from this place to renew our commitment to share the hope and promise that Jesus makes to. Thank you, Jesus. Amen.
Okay, we are outside of the church, the pit, and these would have been the steps that led up to Caiaphas' house. Right here. These are very possibly, Trish, the very steps that Christ walked on as they led him up to be tried before Caiaphas and the Sanhedrin. These are amazing pieces of rock when you're here. I'm going to go ahead and walk up them.
Years after Christ was here. So this valley is much filled in even then than it was in Christ's day. But you can still see the remains of a guy going up. All right? So this then would be the Temple Mount right here. The high part, we're going to have to go fast because we got to eat, we got to get to the garden too.
This is going to David's tomb. It's a new place for me. Trish, I'm kind of just doing these kind of things to give you a sense of, you know, how you go in and out of places.
You have to put it on.
This is a traditional site.
Very interesting. We're in the upper room, Trish, and we have people speaking in tongues. Here we go into the entrance of the garden tomb.
Hello, these are the disciples I have.
Yes, 12 disciples.
12 disciples.
Shepherd George.
We have a guide here to take us.
Okay.
It's a hot file.
You want to?
I'll give some to you. Just people that knew me, people that knew me, that I knew.
Right.
And I bring groups over all the time. So I come when I can and then usually bring.
Tricia, the British own this property that we're on here. Just a beautiful area. They've done a good job.
This is owned by okay, you can see it right here, right? And you will have opportunity, you'll have opportunity after he speaks to take pictures. So, I don't know, in the upper 80s, probably, maybe 90s, 12. But
That's the garden, Tricia.
it's 3, coming up on 3 o'clock, 5 till 3. And
It's a beautiful area.
really great just to be here at the tomb and Lord of Calvary. Just wonderful lesson. And that's quite an experience to be there, see where Christ was tried, held overnight.
This is a wine press, Trish, and they would put the grapes and then stomp them, and then they'd run down and come in. Like that. Trish, we're over by Ben, man, I've said it so many times I can't hardly say it again, Ben Yehuda. This is kind of more of a side street here. Here we are in Ben Yehuda, Trish. And kind of gives you an idea of what's going on. Most of these kids. And it's pretty much like this all the way up. And then down these side streets, there's stuff going on. Things are kind of winding down for the night. Got here a little later than we wanted to.
Don't worry about it.
Hopefully you don't get sick here. I'm just trying to show you
The
that.
majority is the Southern
The hill
Baptist.
sign.
It's abandoned. It's another village called.
You see a village like that down there, that kind of looks to me like, reminds me of what it would look like in biblical days.
Tricia, these are left abandoned trucks that are burned out. And these were trucks that would come down during the War of 48 and bring supplies. And this was a one-lane, actually maybe a small two-lane road before. And it was a minor miracle they were able to bring supplies to Jerusalem. And so that's what these are. Here, or just take it with you. You said you can bring your water. Why don't you?
You can take your water with you if you want to have your water.
Frank, can you carry this while I do a little bit of video?
Huh?
Just for a minute while I get down.
Put it in your hand. Where they're going?
I'm going down into a cave here.
Easy for them to query out. So once they got through the basic area, the small area, they fit people through. If you look around, you can see little chisel marks. Okay, this room is a lot harder to see, but you can see little scratches in the wall. They're there, especially behind you. Look up in the dirt there. You see scratches? Okay, those are original chisel marks. They use little chisels. Okay, they didn't have power tools. They didn't have anything like that. They actually used small chisels to quarry out brick-shaped bricks, okay, rocks, that they took outside, and once they let it bake in the sun for a few days, it became really hard. This is perfect building blocks for their home. Okay? So all this, everywhere you're standing now, was full of rock. Okay, you're not standing, this room wasn't like this. This is not a natural cave, okay, this is man-made, very important to understand that. And then what they did is they quarried this whole thing out, took bricks above ground, and that's how they built their homes. Okay? Now, where did all their homes go? They're not there anymore. What happened? Okay? So, obviously, in every story we have some turning points. Our turning point comes the Maccabees. Okay, in the Hanukkah story, the Maccabees, they win the war. They become the rulers. Okay, Judah Maccabee, familiar with the name? He's a ruler of the Maccabees, the leader of the Maccabees. Sorry, and he basically leads the Maccabees to victory. So they basically control Israel, and Israel becomes Jewish again. Now he has a nephew, becomes king. His nephew is called Yochanan Hyrcanus, Jonathan Hyrcanus. This man is an Hasmonean king, high priest Jonathan Hyrcanus. And this man basically had a vision. He wanted his whole country to be Jewish because Jews were oppressed until then. And he decided that since we won the war now, I'm going to make sure that everyone is Jewish now. So he does something that no Jewish king has ever done before and has never done since. Okay? He basically made people who were not Jewish convert to Judaism, or they had to leave. Okay? In a way, forced conversion. So what he did is he came here to the Edomites, to Tel Marisha, where we are right now, and he gave the people, the non-Jews who are living here, gave them 3 options, okay? He said, you guys have 3 options. You guys can either convert to Judaism, okay? You can leave, or it's going to be the 3rd option. If you don't listen to anything I say, I'm going to have to kill you, okay? What do you think most people decided to do, assuming they didn't want to die? Are they going to convert? Now, one of the major things that happens to a Jew when he's 8 days old is circumcision. Now, if you're a 30-year-old man or anything older than 8 days old, it's not a comfortable procedure. Okay, I haven't gone through it. I was 8 days old. I don't remember it, but I assume that it's not fun if you're older than that. Okay? So basically, a lot of people weren't too excited about the idea of becoming Jews. Besides the circumcision, which was a big deterrent. Okay, there was kashrut laws, keeping kosher and Shabbat, not working on Shabbat, so they would lose money. A lot of people didn't think that this was for them. Okay, so indeed, most of the people decided they were not going to convert to Judaism, and they didn't want to die, so they were going to leave. Now, who would convert to Judaism? Who, on the other hand, would decide that it is worth it for them to convert? For the people living here. People who had something to lose by leaving. Okay? For instance, people who had who had a lot of power, who had political power, okay, who had a lot of money. They were very wealthy. Again, back then, they didn't have trucks or U-Hauls or planes and stuff to ship all their valuables away. Okay, they could only fit the stuff on a camel or a donkey and leave. They couldn't take all their stuff. So if they had a lot of wealth, and a lot of money, and a lot of things, right, and they had to leave, they couldn't take it all with them. So people had a lot to lose by leaving. indeed converted. Have you heard of King Herod, very famous person? So King Herod's grandfather lived here in Tel Marisha. He's one of the Edomites who did convert to Judaism. Okay, so Herod's grandfather is Jewish, so in a way Herod is Jewish as well. He became crazy later and went on to do all kinds of crazy things. But he's, anyway, a very important figure in history afterwards. So he is a great example, his grandfather is a great example of someone who had something to lose by leaving. He had a lot of power, he had a lot of wealth, so he decided to convert. But, like I said, most people decided to leave. They were not going to convert to Judaism, they were going to leave. Are they just going to leave their homes in the caves for the Maccabees to take? So in the tone of my question, the answer is no. Okay, have you ever heard of the scorched earth policy? What does that mean?
Destroy everything.
Destroy everything. Okay, if you're being conquered, you're not going to leave everything for your conquerors. You're not going to give them the benefit of taking advantage of everything you leave behind. So what are you going to do? You're going to just destroy everything. Okay. So what they did is they took all their valuables, everything they could fit on their donkey or on their horse or on their young children. Okay. They took all their valuables, everything they could, all the small things. And what did they do with everything else? They destroyed it. Okay, so they destroyed their homes, they destroyed everything, but they still have these huge caves that took them years to quarry out to make. What do they do with the caves? You can't destroy them because they're rock, okay? What do they do with it? Fill it in with what? With dirt, okay? With all the destruction and rubble from their homes, with all the garbage and everything they didn't take with them, they dumped it in the cave. So guys, look around you. What you guys are standing on right now is not the ground level. Okay, you're standing on the garbage, you're standing on the destruction, on the rubble of all the Edomites who left here. Okay? Now, if you look over there, for instance, for a second, see this dirt level over here? Yeah, this is how high it was when you first came in. Where you're standing now is the current level of dirt. When we first came in, we had to crawl in here on our stomachs. If you look over there, the dirt went all the way up there. Okay, most of this area was all covered, and we came in actually from that side. We just opened this up a few years ago. We came in from there because that cave we were digging first. Okay, and we had to crawl in on our stomachs. And using groups like yourself, we would dig deeper and deeper and deeper, get the dirt out of here. And 6 years later, we're at the level we are now. Okay, I'm going to just move over here so you can hear me better. So basically, the level of ground you're standing on now is where it is now. This is not the floor. We don't know where the floor is. Okay, we could be digging for years before we hit the ground. There are some caves that we finished excavating. They're huge. Okay, I'm talking 20 to 30 feet. They're huge. Some of them are even bigger than that. Stairways and everything. So we don't know how much more digging we have to do. It could be finished next week. We could be finished 10 years from now. We have no idea. Just to show you some of the progress, the ground was this high about 6 months ago. We've been focusing on this room. Okay, this room has been giving us amazing things because the dirt level is still very high. And we're looking, basically what we're doing when we're digging is we're looking through their garbage. Okay? As sad as that sounds, you learn everything from people's garbage. If I were to go through your garbage 200 years from now, I could learn so much about you. I can learn, if I see bank statements, I can learn about your wealth, okay? If I see love letters, I know about, your love life, what food you like to eat, okay? What basketball games you went to from your ticket stubs, right? Stuff like that. What music you like to listen to. You can learn so much just from people's garbage, okay? So basically what we're going through is their garbage, okay? Their pottery, which is like their plastic, it's non-biodegradable, so it stays for thousands of years, nothing happens to it. So we find a lot of pottery. I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, pottery looks like this. This is actually the rim of a plate, okay? Inside of a plate, go around like this. It's very hard, it doesn't break very easily. If you try really hard, then eventually you'll break it, so we're trying not to do that. Okay, it's really easy to see. It's thin, flat, okay, sharp on the edges, it has like a uniform shape, as opposed to a rock which breaks really easily and is white. Okay, this is red or brown, or has a specific color. Pottery looks like this, okay? Sometimes you find pieces of pottery with black on them, okay? This is part of a cooking pot. This is black ash. This is put over a fire. They cook water in this, cook food in it. Okay, we find stuff like that. What else do we find? We find bones. Okay, these are not human bones, because they didn't bury their dead in the basement. They're not from New Jersey. Okay. So basically, what are these bones? It's dinner or lunch 200 years ago. Okay, this is their KFC takeaway. This is what's left. Okay, so it's just animal bones, so there's nothing to worry about. So this is important for us to keep too, because we learn what their eating habits were, what kind of pets they had, stuff like that. We learn a lot about people just from what they eat. Also. We are what we eat, right? So what else can we find, okay? If we get lucky, we'll find intact pieces. We found an oil lamp last week, a complete oil lamp. They didn't have electricity or candles back then, so they used oil lamps for light, okay? And basically they used these holes here to put their oil lamps in. Those little niches in the wall, okay? We put little oil lamps in there, and that's what lit up the room. That's what it was for. So sometimes we find complete oil lamps, which is an amazing find, very rare. We find those sometimes. Sometimes we find coins. Okay, that's normally something we find in the sifting process, which I'll explain about in a second. Coins are very, very small, just like today's coins, even smaller. We find jewelry. Okay, like we found an earring with a little angel on it. We find idols because they were not Jewish; they were pagans. We find a lot of idols made in stone. I'll show you some pictures of some of the finds we have, and stuff like that. And what's impressive about this is that everything was found by groups like yourself. Okay? People who have never done this before, have never been to this specific site, and maybe in your first time digging, you're going to find something that will end up going to a museum, which is obviously a great thing. Later on, I'll explain why we let you dig in a place like this at all, because you're not professionals and you've never done it before. But there is a reason. Okay? It all makes sense. So let me show you how we dig. Hold on a second. Okay. Basically, when we're digging, we have two objectives, okay? The first objective is to find things, like I just explained, okay, pottery, valuables, and things like that. We find that in the ground while we're digging. We also find it sifting above ground, and we'll get to that soon. Another objective is to get the dirt level lower. Okay, we only learned about the purpose of a room when we finish excavating. So we have to dig and we dig and we dig until we finish the room. Then we look around and we get experts to come in, and then they basically, by looking around and judging what pottery we found and stuff like that, we can tell what the room was used for. Was it a factory for pottery? Was it a stable for horses? Even a living basement for slaves, something like that? You never know. Okay, well, that's why we're excavating. So basically we have those two purposes, okay, to find things and to excavate the room. So how do we do that? We use our state-of-the-art garden hose, shovels, okay? Now two very important things. First of all, don't hack at the walls, okay? Because they keep the ceiling up. Very important, okay? Another thing is they're just solid rocks, you're not going to find anything in there. There's no reason to hit the wall. Now this is not solid rock, this is ground, this is dirt, this is everything they threw in. So we can hit at this. Okay, you don't want to swing too high. Why? Okay, you don't want to swing high over here, not because it's the ceiling, because you might hit someone. Okay, safety first, it's very important. And besides that, you don't want to break anything in the ground. Okay, if there's a big piece of pottery, a complete bowl, for instance, that managed to survive in the ground for 2,200 years, and then you came along and broke it, it's not the end of the world. Okay, it happens, but it's not a great feeling. You know, you don't want that to happen, but it's not the end of the world if it happens. So we're going to try to be careful. On the other hand, I don't want to see any wussy digging. Okay, no. Once you got you like that, I'm going to throw you guys out of this cave if you wussy dig. Okay? So you guys are in charge of making sure there's no wussy digging. How do we do it? We basically hack away at the dirt, not too hard but not too soft. Okay, we want to get something done. So you sort of get hit like this. Okay. So there's already a piece of pottery. Okay, and what we're looking for is pottery like this. Okay, it's flat. Like I showed you, if you're not sure, you can ask me or anyone else wearing this really cool shirt, like Rena over there. Say hi to Rena, she's going to help us out. And anyone else who you see wearing the shirt, okay, can help identify what it is you found. Basically what we're going to do with anything you find is you're going to put it into a fines bucket, sort of like this, okay? And what we're doing while we're looking for things and hitting the dirt is filling it into a bucket. Now you can put the bucket between your legs, you can put it on the side and fill it up however you want. What we do later is we're going to take the buckets of dirt out of here, helping lower the ground level, and then we're going to sift through the dirt buckets to make sure we didn't miss anything. Okay? So you don't have to look too carefully in the dirt because you will find anything you missed above ground. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so you basically are filling up your buckets of dirt like this. You don't want to fill it up too much because then it's too heavy to carry out. Half full, 3/4, not more than that. When you're finished, put it on the side and you get another dirt. Pretty simple. Okay. We're going to focus on this room right now. Feel free to sit down. Okay, it's just dirt. You might get a little dirty, but it comes out in the wash. I've been doing this for years, and everything comes out. I promise you. It's a lot of fun. It's an excuse to get dirty. Okay, so I definitely recommend going for it. You can spread out in this room. Now, it's also important. We're gonna have another group coming in here, but it's important that we keep the rooms separate. Okay, because we don't want to try to piece pieces of pottery together from different rooms. It's like one giant puzzle. Okay, there's no point in taking a piece from there and a piece from there and trying to put them together. So we're going to keep this room separate from this room. So we're just going to focus on this room right now. Okay? So everyone pick up a tool from this room and an empty bucket, and I'm going to join you. Go turtle cats!
So when they carved this out,
yes,
they were doing it for storage.
They were doing it for two reasons. Okay, basically, the main reason was to quarry out rock being above ground. Wine, food. They get it put in the fire bucket. You need to have two buckets. One to put your dirt in and one for a fine. Well, you can share. That is fine. Pick this red one. Just use it as a That gets red when you use the fine bucket. Guys, you can share fines bucket between the groups. You don't need to do that. Probably not going to find buckets full of stuff.
There are 5 buckets close by.
There's one right here. Okay, basically these rooms, okay, remember this is not the floor, so the floor goes a lot deeper. These rooms were used for storage because the temperature stays constant. And then you pull down here in the summer and it's warm in the winter. Yeah, you put ideal for storing food, your children and things you have.
Turn around there, Bubba. Let me get your shot, and then I'm gonna. No, you're fine. All right, go ahead. Go.
Look at ladies. Look at all this.
Right
That's
there.
what's doing it, right?
And because we have groups in here all the time, and the top layer has probably been found by the market. That's what we're going to do. To try to get it find new things. You're the photographer?
Yeah.
Need more?
Let me give you 2, guys. Not that. Let me give you 2.
Put it in an M pocket.
Use 2.
In there?
Pottery. Oh. It's a nice piece, Shannon.
It's a very nice piece.
Dirt.
We need dirt.
Need dirt.
Yeah, get 2.
Let me give you 2.
There's a piece of bone.
Yeah.
There, yeah.
Here's a hole. You can't see it very well. Going through it in a cave.
Over there, they watch over their crops. So this is the function of the tower too. Living quarters and watching over your field. Oh yeah, go ahead. Doesn't like it, you can get out of the way. The worst is that confiscate your camera.
We're waiting here to be checked.
What we're going to do once we get through, we're not going to go straight to the church. We're going to get off at some spot.
What about that? Make it walked again. So I'm getting a long day. He doesn't have a basket.
He asked, only these? I said, yes, so we're going to multiply them. See, the local bus is waiting for the group that's going walking. Because it's an Israeli bus. Here are part of the...
Here's the wall they're building trick. Give you an idea of how big it is.
This will be the crossing gate here. Welcome to the gate. Straight ahead of us.
right here.
So you have ruined it completely.
Taking him out of business.
They did what?
It's Raji's brother, Samir.
Richard's tomb is on the other side, to our right here. See where the tower is, straight ahead of you? Behind where the trees are, that's where we have Rachel's monument. Because it's blocked for traffic. Yeah, only for Israelis. No, it's originally in the Arabs call it.
Samir's, where's Frank? Samir's daughter is married to this bishop.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Selling carts of peanuts. Now this has been completely restored, renovated, and prepared for the coming of the year 2000 when the Pope came here. So this is why you have a unified colors, see? And roads, the streets, all of it were done purposely for that visit.
And he came up the street?
Not necessary.
All right.
But his entourage.
Yeah, sure.
They stayed in Bethlehem.
What year was that?
That's probably.
Yeah, that is the sad part. That's why, you know, if you came down here and this was pristine,
Yeah.
and I don't mean people selling stuff trying to make a living, but if, you know,
I understand.
if they kept it clean, I guess maybe I'd have a little more sympathy for that whole
Argument.
oppression argument. But you hear it in the States too.
Oh, I know.
People in the States, and I don't know if it's the case here, really can set their own, in a sense, set their own destiny, if you want to say it that way.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh, that looks good.
What? Where's the chicken? I'm gonna get a shot from the other way. You see the chicken in the...
It's a short jump from here.
Yeah. The restroom's in here somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
So there was quite a standoff here, huh?
Yeah.
Seemed to me like I remember the street here had steps going right straight up somewhere.
Yeah, but this is completely. This is all
completely
new.
all
There used to be a
changed.
police
Yeah.
station here. We
Yeah,
knocked it
that's
off.
right. That was a
And they made it like a library and a bookstore. And especially here up on the top for the Pope to stand.
Oh, that's cool.
What's that?
So the Pope's just he stood up there.
for the sun, before it kind of goes down, kind of green. This has been after the middle
Okay, Tricia, here is the nativity. We're supposedly entering where the stable was. Out here, we were standing out there a moment ago. Now we come down into here.
Okay, good. Now, we are in the cave of birth, the stable where the Lord Jesus Christ is born. Now, the birthplace spot is here, marked by the silver star. You see, there is just a very small hole. You could touch it if you are interested. Make a blessing. You could make pictures, whatever you think of. So the Virgin Mary gave birth here. It was very cold, winter time, the coldest month in this year or every year in Palestine. So she has to take the newborn child to the holy manger to be folded as a baby, to his bed, to the cradle. So if you go down 2 steps in front of you, what all the Americans admire is the holy manger. But they think always of the manger as of wood. It's not out of wood now, it's out of marble. Because the Crusaders coming here 12th century, they're afraid that this is going to be stolen, so they take the wood part of it and put the marble instead. And in front of it is the altar of 3 wise men, 3 kings coming far east, presenting gifts for the newborn child. So the birthplace is here, the manger here in front of you, the marble, and here the altar of 3 wise men. Take your time, make pictures, whatever you think of, and the exit is from here.
Well, but it was preserved.
This is where Saint Jerome have chosen to live in. All of you are here? All of you? Yeah, very good. Now we are in the cave of Saint Jerome. Saint Jerome came all the way. He's originally from Yugoslavia to make the translation of the Bible, Greek to Latin, spreading Christianity all over the world. Why he's doing the translation?
Tricia, this is the gift shop that I called you from. Here. I'm going to probably take a little camera shot of the necklace that I was telling you about, and you're going to probably say, well, why didn't you get it for me? So. Right. It's let's see, Saturday morning, and we're at the St. Stephen's Gate, or the Lion Gate, and these here are gypsies. Said to be very careful because they'll pickpocket you.
Some of them come from Europe, some of them come from the rest of the world. The ones are French Canadians. And so they are in charge, they have the Greek seminary, they have the monastery, they're in charge of this church here, one of the best preserved Crusader church we have. Built by the Crusaders in the 12th century, called the Church of St. Anne.
St. Anne and Joachim are the parents of Mary. I'm sorry, but to contradict the priest, this is not the birthplace of Mary, as they use it. It was a double basin, the southern basin and the northern basin, over there. See? And this is, the original foundation is that rock bed. See where that sign is? Basin, it says basin. That's the original level of Jerusalem. At the top level, because the pools were, they started from the top level, they went down to have the pools. They were over there, they couldn't, through the arch, they couldn't find the rock bed, so they filled it in with the blocks of stone. And so this is the pool of Bethesda that's mentioned in John. Now the early Christians made the big mistake. They built this, this is where they said, this is where our Lord healed a man. No, it's not here. This is not a pool to play around with, and whenever you get hot and warm to go have a dip. These are very, very important collective pools of rainwater for drinking purposes, as well as for purification. And we found, when coming up from the upper part, a water channel type that used to fill them in. But our Lord did the miracle near the pool, but He did it over here. Close to the pool, there was a Roman pagan temple dedicated to the gods of medicine and water, known in the Roman deity as the Asclepian god. And you know, this is where they treat therapy type, they treat massages, they treat, and who can afford all this treatment in those days? The rich people. And where you have the rich, you have the poor people. So this is why they were laying around here. May God heal you. May God protect you. May. And so that is where the small pools of the Roman pagan temple where our Lord healed the man, and not in these places here. So the Byzantines started the tradition, that's the fluent of the church there, the arch, which was restored in 614 by the Persians. The same mistake was done by the Crusaders. They built another one over there, which was destroyed by the Muslims when they took over. And so this is the pool. This is from the period of our Lord. See? This is where close where this happened. See? But as I say, we cannot tell you this is the spot. See? But this is from our archaeological digs, from historical background. See? From inscriptions we find, we can get an idea of the localities.
Okay. This pool had 5 porches, and if you've seen diagrams of the 5 porches, have you seen that? What they look like? And basically, let's say this is the shape of the pool. There was another kind of a walkway right through here. So there was, the pool was actually, there was two pools. So you have a porch, a porch, a porch, a porch, and one right through the middle. And it gave you your 5 porches. What we're going to do is have Bubba, if he will, or I can, we can read from John chapter 5 this morning, which is the story of what happened here. Let me just read this to you quickly. After these things, there was a feast of the Jews. It's interesting that these feasts used to be called the Feast of the Lord throughout the Old Testament. It was the Feast of the Lord. But the Jews had added so much tradition and so many of their own things to it that it was no longer the Feast of the Lord, it was Feast of the Jews. And so there was a Feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now there is in Jerusalem by the sheep gate a pool, and as we were coming in the door, did you hear George pointing out where the sheep pool was, where they wash the sheep, which is right across from the gate, right across the street over there, is where that would be. And there is near that, there is a pool, which is called in Hebrew Bethesda. What is that? What does that mean? It's Beth's house.
Okay, Trish, we're in this church at the Pool of Bethesda, and it is a Crusader church. You can hear kind of the acoustics.
So St. Anne's Church.
Do something. Have a whole group singing, a huge congregation. You know, his name is wonderful. I'm not good at pitching. Who can pitch a song right? I'll be too low or too high. His name is wonderful. His name is wonderful. His name is wonderful. Jesus, my Lord. He is the mighty King, Master of everything. His name is wonderful. Jesus, my
Okay, Frank, can we put an A+ for singing?
Those side streets here. Gray blue domes.
And you see the belfry. Behind the belfry, you see the antennas. That's David Citadel, Jaffa Gate. You see where the tower is? The white tower? Go behind it, yeah, to the right of it. See the antennas. And the flag has the David Citadel, Jaffa Gate area.
Here you can get kind of an idea.
Sisters of
This is
Zion.
for this church that we're in.
Yeah. This is the
This is the
convent.
top of it.
See the,
Yeah,
isn't that
we are on
the,
the rooftop.
isn't that the arch right there, the Ecce Homo?
Ecce Homo, yeah.
That's the
With the
Ecce
two
Homo
windows, yeah.
arch. So that is a part of the, you're saying part of one of the towers of the fortress of Antonia. This over here. Is that what, George?
Yeah.
You're saying that's part of that tower?
Part of the foundations of it. Yeah, it used to be 70, this one used to be 70 feet high. 70 feet high, others were 50 feet high.
And he's calling that street.
It's kind of dark in here, but this is a cistern for the Fortress of Antonia. It's very, very large. I got a picture from behind to kind of show you the size.
It's a part of the entire water complex. The huge pool at Dazzle, the Israelite pool, the sheep pool, which is right down a little further down. Remember, right across from, we had the sheep pool right across from the gate there, sheep gate. And all this is part of the same water system.
I believe this is more of the cistern. I could be wrong. There's a spring that fills this. Last time Frank and I were here, There was water in here. This is the lithostratus in which Christ would have possibly walked on. Christ just is underneath the pavement. Fortress of Antonia. There's a service going on, that's why we're being kind of quiet.
They would take a stone, like the dice, and they would throw it into this box right here. Depending on who landed in that box, they could advance a little token around the circle. At one spot, you'd put a crown on the person, and so forth. And then they would start down this line. And when the token got near to where the line was cut with the sword, that meant you were to die. So this is how they were playing the game with Christ.
And he's talking Once again, we're in a gift shop. Things aren't going probably as smoothly as I'd like on this, only because we come into a gift shop that there's nothing we're interested in, and we spend an hour because somebody's looking at an antique, one person. So I think I'm going to recommend to Frank that the best thing to do is finish the tour, and then go and just cut everybody loose to go shopping.
I'm not in it.
Why? Their husband is looking beautiful carpet. It's buying now.
Right, but here's the. You want me to tell you the logic that doesn't make sense to me? Here's just follow my logic, and that is.
Up here.
You know, the top.
Some lunch?
My logic. That's where I lose it.
I know. You won't even listen.
This is where we were.
Yeah, well, that's old stuff. Okay, George, here's a question. Now, you may not be able to answer it.
That's it.
All right. Okay, they say those pods are verified by the Rockefeller Museum. Okay?
Certification from him. That means he's certified by the Department of Antiquities. And if you prove that he's not what he told you or what he sold you, then they will take away. They will take away from him his license.
Okay. You think so?
Just now.
Well, I know. I heard him say that.
Close this in a second.
But I heard another guy at this dig tell me a different story than what he's saying. So you have to believe somebody. I'm saying, I've asked, how do you verify it with the Rockefeller Museum themselves? If I could verify something with with them.
Mississippi.
I mean, you walk into these shops and there's hundreds and hundreds of pots. Oh, hundreds. In the 3 shops, there was one we just stopped at, the one you were just in today, and then the one you bought your pot got given to you, and the one you bought. Between those, there were probably 200 pots. I'm not saying that they're not for sure not authentic. I'm just saying I'm a skeptic.
If you read it, they will tell you that, not that Department of Antiquities, but if you read the Bar, Bar will tell you that you go to the shops that have license, that are licensed by the Department of Antiquities, that they police that continually. The Department of Antiquities' reputation themselves is on the line. And they do not want anything being sold as being approved by them when it is not true.
Well, if you see that in Bar, you show it to me.
If you can't trust the Department of Antiquities, you can't trust it.
Well, if I saw that in print like that by Bar, I'd probably buy it. You show it to me. I'd like to contact the Rockefeller Museum and say, is it possible? All right, Google. I'm just saying, if that's what prevents me from buying anything. Here in Jerusalem, we have mangy cats just about everywhere. Don't stay away from that thing. Church. Ethiopian church. And then you have the Lutherans on the other side. And this is the church.
See what he is leaning on. This is the story that we talked about. Things. They're very pious, and they go through long hours of meditation and prayers and silence. And see what he's leaning on is this one here, especially me.
Here we are at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. This is much busier than the last time we were here. Last time we were here, there was almost nobody. Oh yeah. No. Well, there was nobody here to do it. Gotcha. Thank you.
This is the drop of a hill that comes from that side, 15 feet high. And on the top, this is built at level for the prayers. This side on top of us is Greek Orthodox, the other side is Roman Catholic. And that is the lower part of what is called the Golgotha. I can see the original formation of it. And suppose on the top there, where the crack is, supposed to be where the cross was planted. And that crack is attributed to the earthquake that took place when our Lord died on the cross. So read in the Bible, an earthquake took place, darkness prevailed for 3 days.
Okay, Trish, this is supposedly the Holy Sepulchre. I'm going to go around this pillar here. And people are going in there. Supposedly was the tomb of Christ now. They say there were caves here, and there were. But you get no sense of it at all in this place. It's just disgusting. The paganism and the false religion that's here is incredible. People kissing stones, and you see people up there lighting incense. And
Now, that's over here.
the shared places. The rest is divided. The Armenians here. The Catholics straight ahead of us. The Greek Orthodox on our right. And the Armenians and the Copts and the Syriacs on the other side of the tube. The whole thing is marble. Nothing to do with the tube of...
This is what I'm talking about, Trisha, this paganism that's going on here. This is supposedly the slab where they anointed Christ, but we know that that is not true. This is just more footage of it all from a little bit of a different angle. This kind of gives you an idea. Maybe it's just a big marble box in this church. People lined up to go in. There's our group. Last time Frank and I were here, there was almost nobody here.
Come through here and the army have...
Frank, I need you to stop a second. Okay, keep up with him, boys. Keep up with him.
Hey, Seb. How are you?
ايوه وين انت؟
امسك بطيخه من غير بزيت
Look to your left.
دور على خلاص تلاقي الولد
شو بتنصر؟
ولا 12 سنة
We're just here, gonna have a coffee. Got a guy over here who's, I think he's a little crazy. I don't know how else to say it. He's kind of just talking to himself. I think he's trying to make a deal with the sidewalk. He's getting his stuff.
And he got it for 40.
He's checking everything out here. All right, and he's off.
What are you doing, man?
Okay.
Which way? Yeah, straight line that way.
Well, I'm about to run into something. You tell me.
Going to the police station.
You see, they like you so much that they tend to keep you in.
Car coming.
This is the Armenian quarter.
I'll get you.
I was taking video, and here I'm walking like this. Didn't know it was videoing. You don't have a few words to watch it.
Yeah, I got it.
But it'll be on video.
And this was built, this part was foam.
This picture of the wildlife.
Yeah. Good.
Yad, a Holocaust museum.
Historical, yeah.
Okay, this is our last, probably a couple hours here in the old city. So we decided to come up here on a balcony and have some coffee, and I had a little cheesecake, chocolate cheesecake. And when we got up here, it had this spectacular view of the Mount of Olives and the Dome of the Rock, Temple Mount. So I thought I'd get a little footage here. Here we are at the Mount of Olives, looking from west to east. Al-Aqsa Mosque. We're looking over on the other side of the Temple Mount is Kidron Valley. Get this.
What'd you get? You know what?
I think I had zoomed on my picture.
No, because I'm zooming a whole lot closer than that.
Are you?
This is the second level, really, of the old city where people lived. And I just thought it'd be interesting. We're up here. I thought it'd be interesting to show you that this is somebody's backyard. That's where their children play. So see Morgan, Allie, Evan, and Lindsay, you guys have got a lot of space. Of course, they run around in the streets of Jerusalem.
Have to catch it just perfect.
Just some schoolgirls. Okay, we're in our room and it's in disarray. We've been here for several days and I just never got around to shooting it when it was clean. So, but it'll give you an idea. Over here is a closet, and then right inside the door is a bathroom. And then the shower, you can see it's got that kind of head and that kind of head. Other than that, it's a shower. Very nice room. And then as you come in, there's a TV, and then a bed, and that, and kind of a love seat, and very much like an American hotel. Very nice for a foreign hotel. You'll notice that the beds are separated. Normally, when you come into a room, they're together, and then so we put that. Let's start here. This is the Valley of the Shadow of Death.
Monastery, St. George's Monastery in the Valley of the Shadow of Death. You get a feel for this. 19th century.
That's the Valley of the Shadow of Death.
The Valley of the Shadow of Death. Hear the
Don't
water.
Get too close because these are loose stones. They break easily. Be careful.
Yeah, just come from Jerusalem.
Watch it. There's no way I can stop it from rolling down off the road. Beautiful.
That was good, man. It looks safe, but it's not.
This is the valley we're talking about. And half a mile in the hills over there, there's a waterfall. And even starting from the Roman
Trish, we're on our way down to the Dead Sea, Jericho area.
sometimes the canal that brings in the water.
I got some Bedouin selling.
They're always vegetarian monks.
That's a 4th century Greek.
Originally for
I'll just be saying, okay guys, we're gonna take a picture, go ahead. Sam?
Okay, guys, be careful.
Be careful down there, guys.
Sam! Sam! Oh no! Sam! No!
Trish, we're here in the Valley of the Shadow of Death, and it's an amazing thing looking down. And here we are in the desert, and at the top you have a spring. Right at the top of this line of trees, and you can see the water coming down there. It's just rushing out. And then it flows down this valley. Now they've got it where they're pumping it out.
Is there a lot of deer?
Yeah, but they are protected, all these. They are protected.
Yeah, they are.
Water down
There's the
there.
water duct right down there. Run all the way to Jericho.
I'm right above you guys.
Dale's enjoying the view too. He's looking off.
Better not be. Better be looking straight ahead.
See the water channel down there where the greenery is?
Rock the bus.
Driver's head.
It's not all stand on the same side of the bus.
Everybody on my side.
He will keep your soul. The Lord will guard your going out and your coming in from this time and forevermore. Now, can you not see that psalm as you're on this road? And you can see why he would say certain things as he's climbing. The 123rd.
Trish, here's that aqueduct that was built recently, and clear up that spring. It's been quite a ways up. Is all that water, and that spring feeds all this water here, clear on down to Jericho, and that's Jericho there. Amazing. And here, this is the wilderness where Jesus would have been tempted. This is also the road, the one that we came down up through this valley, the way he would have gone up to Jerusalem. Very steep, dry, barren, all of that except for this spring. And it's just fascinating how God would have provided the spring for nourishment in this place. Here is the road we're coming down. This is a good section of it. I tried to video a little bit of it coming down, but you can see it. It's a one-laner. It goes up and around and winds. There's a lot of parts that are washed out, but it wasn't too bad. And we are in the Palestinian area.
Jordan is the word, and most time when you see a J in our Bibles, it's really a Y. The way they would pronounce it would be like a Y. So, Yardan. Yar is the word for
You'll notice how desolate everything is. In Israel, they have a reforestation program, which is why there's lots of trees. Once you get into where the Palestinians control, it's pretty much desolate. Even in this area back there, under its Jewish control, there was a lot more trees and stuff. Not a ton, but more.
Vibrating and all. Those are earthquakes. This is
You can kind of see it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the video, but that's the Dead Sea out there. The blue stripe out there.
There's a picture somebody might want to buy.
Here we are at Burger King.
4-5 and
Here we are in Burger King. Outside Beit She'an. And they got all of the I believe that's what I'm having, is a Whopper meal with chips, they call them, not fries. 31 shekels, which is probably about $7, $7.50. So, okay, Trish, we are here at Beit She'an, and this is one of the largest excavations found here in the Holy Land. It is mammoth. I have not been here before. Up there is the Tell, and that would have been there during the time of David and Saul. In fact, this is where they brought Jonathan and Saul to bury them after they were killed. This below here is from Roman time. Okay, and I'll shoot some from down there and from on top of the Tell. But for now, I'm going to walk inside through this gate and show you what's in here. This is all black basalt, this rock. This is what they would have made much of because it's such an abundance. What's got that black? It's actually a volcanic rock. As you come in, we are in section 27, row 6, seat 13.
Stub, please.
Stub, please, yeah. But you can see do you think they had Smucker's Stars on Ice here?
I bet they had some fancy seats.
Yep.
I think Billy Graham spoke here early in his ministry. Early on.
Just beautiful. Can't zoom out far enough to get it all in. You can see Frank down there. That kind of gives you an idea of scale. Sort of. But it helped to have a regular sized man down there for scale. You didn't hear me. Okay, Trish, I am down here on the platform on the stage. Just kind of panning. Apparently this is the first level. It would have gone up a whole nother level. Sat approximately 7,000 people in this theater. Go up and you can see the tops of these. Look there, colonnades. And then over here in the corner, it looks like they've kind of done a little reconstruction of this. Apparently, there were 3 levels. They had columns right here. You can see them. These columns. And apparently, you had another level on top of this and another level on top of that, so it's like 3 stories high, and it looked like rooms in which people could sit up there in these rooms. It was absolutely mammoth. Okay, I am in this tunnel that leads out of the theater, and it's probably pretty hard to see. I'll try to video it. This is an arch and kind of turning here, and this led directly down into the theater right there. Just walking down, just came out of the theater, and Bubba told me to come down and check out the bathroom, so you gotta go? Just make sure you flush. And go around. Kind of keeping this on, Trixie. That's cool. So you'd straddle. What's it say?
This is what you did. This is how you did it. A little water underneath here. And you sat here, you had a twig with a leaf on it, and you sat there. There was no division between men and women's restrooms either.
Oh my.
So here you sat.
But you'd have your robe covering everything.
You'd have your robe down and you'd be reading your book.
Oh dear.
Very nice.
For those who maybe get stage fright. Yeah, your dad had told me one point that you always used a certain hand to cleanse yourself.
Cleanse yourself.
So that, and that's where shaking with.
In the middle. Nice bathroom. Very nice.
No urinals.
These are somewhat. I guess if you chose, you could stand. Although there's a little chair little way here.
Yeah.
The picture I saw had the guy was sitting.
Where's the picture at? In the.
Top.
Oh, is it? I gotta get.
No separation. No evidence today of the video of women's facilities. Channel running water beneath the seats by the range. Personal hygiene achieved by a leak.
You see this gentleman. You see him sitting around. There's a little kid standing up.
Well, yeah.
This guy has his back turned. He didn't want to look.
Well, yeah, and it looks like some of the guys are just coming in, hanging out. Oh, there's a guy standing up over
some
there.
are standing. There's some standing.
Little boy standing.
Little boy standing, and then this guy here sitting. One sitting over there.
Huh.
Quite nice, actually.
We got to put an illustration in one of our studies. Here we are, Trish. Back there is the theater. This would have been the main street going into the city. You can see how the road is crowned for drain off. kind of show you the size of the column. Got Sam going down there to stand by. No, I didn't mean. You can see the size, gives it scale. Oh, where is he? There you go. Gives you kind of the size of that. I wonder if this was covered. Thanks, Sam. Oh, okay, so I had shops on the side. It's amazing, Trisha, just what they could do with solid stone. Obviously they had wood incorporated into things. The majority of their building material was stone. Looks like this is all reconstructed. It's right here to kind of show you more what it would look like. The detail in it. I'm sure it was just a beautiful place. I'm quite certain that the stone looked a lot like probably DC as far as that white color and very pretty. Ready, Rich and I are going to climb those stairs clear to the top of that tell. Look down on everything. Just walking around to catch up with him. Those are all date palms over there, and over to the side here, these are all olive trees. Just looks like they're starting to produce olives. You can see. Still fairly small. You can see they're still kind of small, but they're coming. Here's some doves up in the trees. Oops, sorry. There we go. Come on. I'm standing just a little bit up, not very high. Didn't climb very high, but this is showing from where I'm standing what this all looked like. And I'll go out here onto the ruins and show you. Well, here I am up on top. That's the Jordan River is right over there. And then you have this. And you can see the Colosseum doesn't look so big from up here. Pictures are quite deceiving, I'm sure. I think he said 40,000 people would have lived here. That helps you get some scale. They're just beginning to climb down there. Oops, sorry about that. Just thought you might be interested in seeing even from up here. McDonald's. Well, here we are. We're in Tiberias. We just got here maybe 15 minutes ago and had a really good day. Saw a lot of stuff. Really enjoyed Beit Sha'an. And so now we're here at our hotel, and it's quite a nice hotel. It's the Ron Beach Hotel in Tiberias. It's on the northern side of Tiberias. I am now going to show it to you, but keep in mind that we've just moved in and it's quite messy right now. But at least I figure it's probably going to be about as good as it gets right now. So here we go. Turn it around. Okay. I'll come in, have a bathroom to the right, and Frank's in there taking a shower, getting cleaned up. And then we've already separated the beds. When you come into these, they're together. I'm importing some photos over there. And chairs. It's a very nice room, especially what I was expecting from up in this area. And then you can go out onto your balcony, and has a lawn and a pool. But more importantly, there's Lake Tiberias right there. So it's a great view with the Golans over there. Well, Trish, I just came outside the hotel here in Paradise. There's Bubba and Graham. Here's our hotel from the back. Rich.
Here by a man by the name of Mendel Moon. He's an old man now. He's called.
I thought I would videotape this here. Need to kind of get away for a minute. I'm a little bit frustrated because it's 8:30 in the morning and we have dirty laundry. Rich and I, we went last night and scoped out a place to find the dirty laundry, or the laundry facility, and we found one. And it would have been a total of 5 minutes to go there and drop it off at the bus. But the bus driver, or George, our guide, wouldn't do it. He insisted on coming here because we had a 9:15 meeting, and it's 8:30 now, and we're here. So a little frustrated at Frank that he didn't even, you know, it's like letting George completely run the show instead of Frank. It's like it's not our tour. So just kind of getting away. Little things like that really don't matter, I know. This is the synagogue in Capernaum that I'm in. These here are the ruins at Capernaum. These would have been from Christ's time. This black basalt, you can see it. Over there is a church that is over the house of Christ, or man, I'm trying to remember who it was. Mary Magdalene, I think. No, that's not right. Peter's mother-in-law. Here we are, we're on a pier. We're gonna go get on this boat that I'm gonna, right there, pulling up. And see Galilee, we're on the north end, right by Capernaum. Capernaum is right there where that church is.
Sort of as a tribute to say thank you for doing that.
This is the boat we're getting on. The sea
complimentary of Aaron's It's interesting, the Lord would use that language, you know, call him an old fox.
On the front of the boat, and this is our bell. Right here in front of us.
After his resurrection. And he said if he called it
After tomorrow?
After tomorrow. After tomorrow.
After tomorrow?
Thursday?
Yeah.
We might can.
Hey, look. Rich, you got my back. Rich, you got my back.
I got your back.
You just throw it right on the
Throw it in
coals.
there. It's on the coal.
Oh my goodness.
I'm over your left shoulder.
Throws it.
Threw it in there.
Oh, he throws it on the coal.
He flipped it on the coal.
Look, see it?
You see it there?
You can't get a picture in there because it's too.
I got mine in there.
You can't see him though, I mean.
What's in heat? I was just heating it up. So
See, that's all I see is that glow.
how hot?
Oh, see, I got it. Look. Right here's the
How'd you
bread.
do it?
I don't know.
That's some man.
Send them on your way.
No, you're fine. Just stay right there.
This
You're
is still
fine.
open until 10 o'clock tonight.
Open till what time? Open till what time?
10 or 12 at night.
We can eat dinner here.
10 at night.
At night.
10 at night.
Oh.
Look at that.
Oh,
Well, Trish had just walked out of my room. I thought I would work my way down to breakfast. Just gonna show you things, what's going on here. Walk down the stairs. I'm having a pretty good trip. Was able to get more rest last night, which I needed. I'm staying up till midnight most nights. I mean, just hasn't been doing good for me. So, this is the first time I've seen them watering anything like this. Of course, there's the Sea of Galilee outside. Lots of tables. And go in there for breakfast. Here we are in the hotel breakfast line. Attitude. There's Rich. He's got himself some eggs. Good morning. Not much out today. In fact, almost nothing. There's all that there. Okay. All the pastries and canned fruits. They're all and juices. All the different people, and then over here we have the cheeses. Fish, olives, tuna, peppers. People are just really coming down for breakfast. There's Jim. So that game didn't take you too long then, huh?
I told you it wouldn't. But you wouldn't. Nah, I don't want to play out of game.
Yeah. Gotta get some ketchup for my eggs.
Reading it is, I didn't wrestle the paper out for the end. I'm afraid I did yet.
Okay, Trish, we're standing on the Mount of Beatitudes. You can see the Arabelle off in the distance there. And we're kind of down here on the side of the mountain. This is the church that commemorates it. And we're just kind of on a little road for farm equipment to get down to the banana field.
Good. How are you getting on?
Fine. I have a group, English group.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. You are with George, you
Yes,
see.
sir. He's doing a good job.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. One from the top guys we have. Okay, wish you all the
Good.
best.
Well,
Nice
how
to
are
see
you doing?
It's okay. Business is start maybe now. But we hope it will be better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Bye.
good to see you.
Okay.
Yeah, man, you're doing good.
That was a guide that Frank had years ago. And we're going to drive around to the other side. Here we are at the synagogue in Khorzim. Going up the steps. This here is Khorzim is another ruins, similar to several we've seen. This one's in very good shape as far as the black basalt. You can see it's in great shape. What's interesting about Khorzim is primarily that when Christ spoke of it in scriptures, he said, "Woe unto you, Khorzim." That's about the only mention of it, because in Khorzim he had done many miracles and basically they rejected him. And he says if Sodom and Gomorrah had those miracles happen, they would have repented, but not Khorzim. So he said the Khorzim would be destroyed and never rebuilt. And sure enough, it was. Some really great structures here. Coming through this archway, it's about 6 feet tall. I duck a little bit, and then you'll see that inside here, and I'll come stand in the corner of this room, the very corner, what kind of interiors there were, and they were all made of rock like this. It's incredible. There's an abundance of stone, and then there'd be a little window like that. course, they'd have a roof on this, and the roof would probably have been made of wood. Another window here. And back out. Got a little lizard here, scared up under the rock. There you go. We are in Hatzor, and this is what it looks like. This is during the Canaanite period where temple prostitutes would have been. But there on the top is a lizard. Just basking in the sun. Yeah, Wyoming definitely has its ugly areas, but it has its pretty ones too. Ain't that right, Jim? Okay, Trish, I just wanted to kind of get behind everybody a little bit and walk. This is Tel Dan up by Banyas, and it's just a beautiful area. It's serene. There's woods. There's the springs, which is the water I was just shooting, and walk through these paths, and you would really like it. Here we are. This is a spring. You can see how blue the water is. It's got like an iridescent blueness to it. Okay. Here we are going in. Very rocky road, hard to walk smooth.
To hold the poles for the judge. Right here's another. Back here is another. The poles went straight up. He had a roof over him.
At the top.
This is where
It would have been flat on top.
They would sacrifice cows, 2 cows?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are they all coming?
Number one in the country again. They weren't for a while.
How'd you like to lug that one around? There we go. This is looking at the high place from the top.
Military.
Trish, this is up by Tel Down. These are military bunkers. You can hear the jets in the background. We're right on the border of, I believe, Lebanon and Syria. This sign will tell us up here. Sorry, before you get some good stuff out of kids.
How long?
We are at Caesarea Philippi, and this is the mouth of hell.
Rich is making Sam an idol.
Zeus.
It says no climbing. You might get in trouble.
Like no swimming?
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to go see the main banyo or whatever.
We'll get there right after this. This isn't Banyas. This is Caesarea Philippi.
Why does it say Banyas on here?
Because that's the Banyas Springs, I think. It's all. It's kind of all this.
So we still have to get back on the bus to go see the
I think so. Here we are at one of my favorite places in all of Israel. Doesn't look like much from up here.
People over there.
Shalom. 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 Hello. Bonjour!
Shalom.
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 Hello. There's a lot of you kids, aren't there? Go ahead.
Hi.
Poor little girl. Well, there you have it, Trish. Working our way down here. It's a long walk down this thing. I know. This is probably the best place on earth, with the exception of Wyoming. Can you see the water down there? Look how blue it is. Here's the carob tree. Looks like there's a pretty big crowd down here. Banyas Falls. Start up there. There's a beehive. Let's get right up here.
The beehive. Honeycomb. Honey in the rock.
There it is. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Lady, she's taking big flatbread. I don't know what she's doing here. She's folding it over. They lay it on there. Looks like they put cinnamon and sugar, spices in it. Butter. And it smells delicious. There's a lot of children here today.
Now, did you learn what this is?
Druze town in the Golan Heights called Mas'ada. And there are around 15,000 Druze.
Aware of this and followed him. He began to speak to them about the kingdom of God, and that's when the day began to decline. He fed the 5,000. So I think it was in this area, not over there near the other side of Capernaum. But according to Luke 9:10, it indicates.
Here we are in Bethsaida. This is a glossus, which is rocks that they're sloped out so that it makes it difficult for people to get into your fortress. Walking up a path. Peter and Andrew were from here. Philip. I think Philip was. Mostly ruins. This is nothing to see really right here. Okay, here's a first century church. This is from the time of Christ. Yeah. Could have been a street where sick were laid out for Christ to heal. Now we're back on a path.
Read this. Wherever he went, to village or town or farm, they laid the sick in the streets and begged him to let them simply touch the edge of his cloak. And all who touched him were healed. And right here is a 2,000-year-old street. And it may well be.
It's kind of once you've seen one ruin, you've seen them all. So I'm not showing anything too terribly new. So it's really what it is. And then, real quick. Well, they just didn't have what I was looking for, really. We're in downtown Tiberias. It's kind of dead right now. Hearing a little bit of bitty hopping. Just these are pubs and cafes and restaurants. Yeah, Dove doesn't want to move. Just walking up a path to the top of Mount Arbel. And watch. I thought you were going to keep walking backwards and hit that rock. Well, here we are again.
We went back up through there on the dirt road, didn't
we? Yeah, we walked up on that for a while.
On that dirt road way back up into here.
Oh, Trish, you know how much I love heights here. It is a long way up. Oh, great days. Oh, man.
No closer than Shane.
And don't get close to me. But he's like I am. There's a rail right there, but he's still a little nervous, you can tell.
So is the lake man-made?
Hey, Graham. Go ahead. Oh, man, you're awful close to the edge there. Be careful. Be careful! Oh, no. Oh. Oh, there you are. Oh, be still. Graham. Trish, this is modern day Nazareth. Just thought I'd shoot some video of it for you to see. We're just kind of on a road coming down, but we've driven up through a lot of nooks and valleys and stuff that has all cities over the tops of these ridges as well. So that's the Jezreel Valley out there in the distance, right about there. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Kind of like Vantage.
I forget the one we're with.
Singular.
No.
Oh, Amigo.
Over here. The one
Amigo.
We're with over here. There's 3 in Israel. I forget the one we're with. I read about it. Orange is another one, and then there's one more. Mary's well here.
Yep. What's that?
There was a well here. George can tell us more about it than I can.
Maybe.
Okay, now this is behind there, over there. See where the boys with the red cap? This is our Orthodox church. That's straight over Spring. And it's called Mary's Well. It's on the street those days. But the women of Nazareth. It was always the woman's job to go and take the women. So that is the picture. There's one time mentioned that it was a man. What was it? See a man in this picture. Where was it? So he wanted to have Passover. Now, come on, Passover. So this means that this was the woman, they're all women. So it is according to the Annunciation took place at the well, as what he was preaching, the water. The Annunciation. So these are the traditions that I was telling you about. So they have, over the street they built churches. It's called the Church of the Annunciation, Church of Mary's Well, and the Church of St. Gabriel.
So they took the spring used to come out and now it's country, the east ahead, either the strip of the ground or the dirt boxes. But simply put that water down there.
Huh. And produce place.
It is, but
Those local Ace Hardware coming up on our right. You want to get a new pan? This is the Church of the Annunciation, right here in Nazareth. What's the purpose of this church? I have no idea.
Over the Annunciation of Christ, where to Mary. And the cave is down below. There's a cave
Where it was announced that
where
she
they
was...
would say that Mary was in the cave or the house where they lived. Of course, they lived in a cave when the Annunciation was made.
Tell me what the Annunciation is. I don't know when it was announced.
When it was
to her?
announced.
Oh, that she was pregnant?
Yeah, when the angel told Mary that she was going to be with child. So this is where that supposedly happened.
Wow. Apparently, Tricia, the Catholic churches all over the world donated to build this church. And from what I understand, there is an amazing amount of money and wealth tied up into the building of this and the decorations and whatnot. Tricia, when you're here, you just can't get it on film, can you guys? Just the feeling that you feel.
That's the typical Nazareth of the period.
Yes, I can feel it, George.
Takes you down the bedrock.
Hey Trish, we are going down the steps. It's a spiral staircase.
Welcome to your kingdom, brothers and sisters, and all who have left this world.
We are in a baklava store.
That's baklava.
Baklava?
Baklava Arabic.
Okay, baklava.
Did you say baklava or
No,
baklava?
baklava.
Baklava. That's in Burma.
Baklava.
In Burma. And that's in Baluria and pistachio.
Pistachio.
Yes. And that's baklava, small baklava.
Where's the bus?
We're gonna meet the bus right down here.
I need you guys to tell me, first of all, really where we're at and what we're doing.
Well, we are in, this is a tell that we're in right now. It's an ancient. Now you might say ancient. We say archaeologists, like ourselves, say ancient. This is built upon an ancient bakery. And how did we know that?
Well, Jesus used to shop here.
Well, that's the other side.
Years ago. And this was a favorite stopover for Mary. She'd come here in the morning and she'd walk down the street and get her water. But on the way to get the water, she would always stop here by this ancient tale, pick up the baklava. Now most people would say baklava, but we have found through our digging that it's baklava. And then you can continue.
Yeah, and the Annunciation, some say it happened at the church up the street. Others say it happened here.
You can see the light above where the angel came down.
It's been built in commemoration of that.
Of the angels.
Yeah, now we say Annunciation. You may say Annunciation.
Yeah.
Many say Annunciation.
Yeah, Annunciation.
But we say Annunciation sometimes. But sometimes it's Annunciation.
Depends who we're talking to, whether or not they're theologists like us, with the special knowledge or not. But usually I just say Annunciation.
Okay, here we are at Megiddo. Overlooking and standing here. This will be the Armageddon will take place. Start over here. This is a tell that I'm standing on. You can see how big this valley is. Circles clear around. Rich, we came down these steps. This is a water system. No, because I got something to hang on to. And then, oh, it feels good. Keep going down. We drop about a half a degree each step.
Probably ought to turn my flash on, don't you think? The tunnel that we did, water system.
This is at Megiddo, and it was a tunnel that was built so that they would not have to go outside the wall to get water, but they could just come down.
Do it again. Do it again. What's that?
And you can see this is a pretty level part of the tunnel that we're in. Whoa! Gotta be careful of those cave monkeys poking you in the side. Oh, it feels good. It's unbelievable. Solid rock on the side, Trish. Okay. So we come down and lo and behold, water. Water.
Is there stagnant?
Is there a mine here?
Is there what?
Oh, water.
Mine.
What did I say?
Mine.
What'd I say? Okay.
Speaking in tongues again, weren't you?
I did. A little tongue action.
And then here's a tunnel. It looks like it goes out, but we came down a whole lot farther than that, so I don't know what that is. Okay, Trish, we're at Caesarea Maritima, or Caesarea by the Sea. It's different than Caesarea Philippi because it's right out here on the Mediterranean. It was a very, very large city, mammoth city, and they've actually restored this to some extent so that they use it now for concerts and stuff. Walk through here. This was the theater.
And where the true is, that is the, we call it traditionally Pontius Pilate's seat. But that's the seat of honor. And then you have the orchestra down here. The rope is on both sides. And the wall was much higher because I think the audience from north, northwesterly winds. No.
Side over there, you can see portions of what remains of the harbor. But I don't know about this side.
This hall right here could be very well be the place where the Apostle.
Mediterranean, and I'm going to film what is called the Hippodrome, which is where they would have had chariot races. This was also the place they would have slaughtered thousands upon thousands of Christians and Jews. Inside a Crusader, basically fortress, and you can see that they have this green grass, and they're getting ready for a show here too. Guy apparently shows everywhere you go. And there's shops back in here. I'm kind of finding our way out here. That's alright. It'll adjust. Here we are in downtown Yapo.
Hopping.
Party tonight. Frank, where did it originate where we began using a J instead of a Y in English pronunciations? As far as why didn't they just write it in Scripture as? Huh?
Probably King James.
Shannon, you want to
Drive?
my seat?
I'd love to drive. Yeah.
Let's go.
Let us get out first.
You drive alone.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one be in the bus.
I drive very fast.
Well, that's where you're going out.
I like to get where I'm going.
Does everything fast.
We like to hear nice news, not bad news.
No bad news. Yeah, I would not want to get in a wreck, that's for sure.
The hotel or the airport?
I'm sorry?
You want to go to the airport or to the hotel?
We'll go to the hotel tonight. I think we'll sleep first.
You have sleep too well. The bus.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want. Yeah, I don't know if I could make it to the airport. If I had to drive.
Tomorrow morning, the last day.
Yep. Tomorrow morning's it. And you guys will be rid of us.
I hope that you arrive very safe and very happy to your wife.
Thank you.
Your family,
That's nice of you. That's kind of you. I appreciate that. I hope you get home tomorrow safely to your wife. She's been without you for a few days as well.
Thank you so much.
Are we in Tel Aviv now?
This is Tel Aviv, yeah. We're in Tel Aviv.
I think it's a happy place. What do you think, Shane?
I think it is.
It's a mosque.
What's a happy place?
Happy place.
What?
Tel Aviv is a happy place.
Most of their jobs probably just going to like big old dinners and stuff.
Yeah. Shaking
They don't,
hands.
yeah, shaking hands.
Pretty good at that if I got food around here. I can shake a lot of hands for a meal.
Yeah, you give me a good tender steak and I'm shaking hands.
My wife Sharon King, she can throw a party or two.
I was not.
6:30, leave at 7.
Y'all leave at 6:30.
And nobody can be late. We don't want to miss the plane.
Anyone who missed us, you take special place for him.
Yep. We'll pick you up at the next trip. I'll never get somebody got sick on me. I thought I was going to have to stay here with them, put the group on the plane and stay.
Really? Like flu sick or?
They were sick.
Oh. Oh no. Who was that? Oh man. So what happened? He got on the plane? He was able to get on the plane?
They finally they told the stewardess and everything, sent a note to the doctors here, and gave him a seat to himself. Had to be very careful, he didn't jostle anything.
Oh. He ended up being okay?
Yep.
Wow.
Got home, had an operation. For a while we thought we were going to keep him here and I was going to stay somewhere in Tel Aviv. Not yet until we go back to the hospital because we got him out. Bring him home, that's how he's going to live. But stay in a youth hospital.
Oh man.
If I knew your home number, I'd do
Their brains are cooked. Heaven.
Heaven Pasta Bar.
Heaven.
Look at it, you go straight to heaven.
Oh, that guy in the old city said we would if we ate his pizza.
Depends what they put in it.
Well, Trick, we're just walking down for our last night here. Down to the beach. We're here in Tel Aviv. It's kind of a nice beach down here on the Mediterranean. Got some bonfires going. Pretty busy here tonight.
Yeah, man, a lot more busy. Hey, this thing to go get my water. Thing. You gonna get water out of the Mediterranean Sea? Please, don't get wet.
Here we are. It's our last morning here at 6 a.m. Been up for about a half hour. Lay outside. Put our bags outside the door for the boys to pick up.
Crazy.
Getting your bags put out.
I'm ready to go to the USA.
Ready for America.
Yes, I am.
When it's all over, you're ready to go for some reason.
You ready?
Love it while you're here, but as soon as it's time to go, you are ready to go.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna write a little in my journal here this morning. I want to write a story of how all this got here and what happened. In the beginning, God created the heavens
And the earth too.
Yeah, and the earth. That's it. Yeah, the earth was without, I think it was without form.
It didn't have any shape.
Form. Void?
Empty. Void.
Void, like void or empty, but
Void.
I think void is more, it communicates a lot more than empty. Because without form, it was void. It was dark here. Dark. And darkness
Yeah.
was on the ocean. No, that don't sound right, does it?
Face of the deep ocean.
Face of the deep. Face of the deep. I
Face
like
of the
that.
deep.
It was
Face
on the
of the
face of the deep. I like that. That's good.
Did you get our camera? Did you get our camera?
No, we good.
Yeah. Sit to a couple of guys.
Yeah.
Even though the Redskins, that's right, the Redskins lost.
That's right.
Good ball win.
What do you think, Rich? Are we ready to go?
Ready to go. Skip breakfast, let's go.
I'm ready to go home. I can tell you that right now.
What kind of coffee?
you want to
Yeah.
lift up your hand like a
Oh, walk down there, why?
open, you
That's
want
what I'll show you.
inside, go ahead.
Ooh, boy, oh, you got.
Any picture I get.
That's how my wife helped for me.
You ready to see Larry, Susan? Are you go home and see him?
We got here. I'll show them to you.
Oh, here's one.
There's the other one.
Look, here, let's see, where is he?
There, Coca-Cola.
Yeah, he was here. Where are you mostly from in the States?
Are you excited about going home?
I am.
What are you most excited about?
I'll be able to see my kids, and I'm excited about
You
that.
have animals?
No, we don't.
Oh.
Me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why you brought him, so you could feed him and
That's right. You have to
give him water.
pay kennel fee.
Is that a baby or do you need bigger ones?
No, no, it's all right.
You excited about going home?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
How about you, Susan?
Go see Larry.
Go see your husband, Larry. I told her I'm going to put that on the video, and he's going to say, "Who's Larry?"
See, he will.
I'll blackmail you.
Well, now, that's not what he had on.
Like your shirt.
Is that not what?
Thank you.
Yeah. Everybody's smiling anyhow. Coffee on me.
Thank you.
Thank you for the one that I had.
You're most welcome. Okay. All here except the driver.
I never made the plane. Directors.
What did you do with the driver? There it is. Yeah, there it is. They did good this time, huh?
They did well.
Hi.
Hey,
Stay here, yeah?
I'm going to stay with you for another week.
See you.
You got a guest room at your house?
Yeah.
All right.
That was some kind of a
That was sweet, guys. Good work, everybody. Good work.
Oh, fun. Oh.
Yeah. Who is? George's?
No.
This guy that's coming in?
Yeah, Miller.
Have a nice flight. Thank you.
Happy, happy, happy!
We'll be back. We'll be back.
I'm not cutting, I'm just videoing. Here we are in security. Just waiting our turn. Nice and quiet in here right now.
Watson, Frank Sherlock. Chronicle. This will be 3rd Chronicles. Yeah. Chapter 2.
Yeah. But you watch as they as she questions, she's looking in his eyes and. Never went. I know, and Tricia, this is a McDonald's McCafe. I know they had talked about having one. I guess their answer to Starbucks. So it's kind of interesting. I'm gonna get myself an Americano and a pastry. Hey boys, where are we going?
Oh, we're going home.
Going home.
That's right.
Here we are, Trish, in the terminal. Right, coming up behind me, huh?
That was me making all the racket.
Yeah. They've just built this. This is a brand new airport. Okay, here we are, Trish. We're in the center of the airport. Here, this is where all the duty-free shops are and all this stuff. So I just thought I'd videotape a little bit of it and give you a sense of where we are, what we're doing. We are in our terminal. Getting ready. There's Bubba and Rich and the boys over there having coffee.